Welcome everyone, I'm Flash and this is sportsbookreview.com and we're off to New York. It's the Belmont Stakes, it's a grade 1 race. Now if you're all worrying about, wow, we've had no Kentucky Derby, we had no Preakness because the Belmont Stakes is normally the third leg of the Triple Crown. But this year, after everything that's been going on, it's going to be the first. Now if you like this video, then please subscribe. Press the button, ring the bell, and we will make sure that you never miss any content again. We will notify you, and obviously a thumbs up. The thumbs up will be for my guest, Gary Dougherty, and he's from Racing Stats and Info. Gary, how are you, sir?
Good. Good morning, Flash.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this race because obviously we've got Tiz The Law sitting there, bang on, and deservedly so, and current favourite for the Kentucky Derby, which will be around September 5th. And the rest, I'm thinking, you're running for prize money.
Yeah, he's done so much on the racetrack, for Barkley Tagg, who just missed winning a Triple Crown with Funny Side back in 2003. So I know Barkley really wants to win the Belmont. One interesting fact about this horse, he's a New York bred. And New York bred has never won the Belmont Stakes, Flash.
Well, he's never going to get a better chance, though, Gary. I mean, we're going to go through the early futures, contenders and picks. I mean, the contenders is basically we're going to be looking for value to run into a place.
Yes. Or, there's still a possibility that, Tiz The Law has some perfect trips, and you never know during the race. You could get behind horses and have a bad trip and somebody beats them on the wire.
Yeah, well, that's racing, and we've all seen that, obviously. Yep. We had the Santa Anita Derby the other day with Honor AP turning around. Maybe a 5-length difference against Authentic, and it was because of the manner of the race. Authentic hung out wide all the way, set it up, and he went by as he liked. The other thing I've got to mention about the Belmont Stakes this year, if you know you're racing, it's normally over 12 furlongs, which is 1.5 miles, but because it's the first leg, they're going to go over 9 furlongs, which is 1 mile and 1/8. Do you think that's going to make a big difference, Gary?
Absolutely, especially it being a one-turn race. Most racetracks across the country, 1 mile and 1/8 would be 2 turns, but Belmont is so big that they'll have just 1 turn.
Yeah, and we're going to have the draw on Thursday night, and I look at this field and it's so, I look at it and think it's weak. It's weak for a grade 1 race. Now, do we think the draw is going to play any factor on the speed?
Well, I think so. Basically, right now, there's one speed horse if he draws in, and that's Tap It to Win. He's shown the most speed of the horses that are probably going to run in this race. His last race was very impressive, going wire to wire and almost a stakes or a track record time at Belmont Park.
Yeah, and he's been supplemented. $15,000 they've had to come up with to make sure that he gets into the race. But I then look at it and think, that gives me even more confidence in Tiz The Law because he likes to stalk. He likes a lead. He likes to come off a fast pace.
Correct, and he does. And jockey Manny Franco has been the top jockey in New York the last couple of years, and I think he's looking for his first Triple Crown win.
Okay, so the absentees, the absentees would be an unbelievable race. So we had the Arkansas Derby winner, Charlatan, obviously not going to run in the Belmont, not going to run in the Kentucky Derby. We got Authentic, just beaten again in the Santa Anita Derby by Honor HP. Neither of them turn up. We got Maxfield, Godolphin's rising star, and I think would have been a real contender in this race. In fact, I would have put my money on Maxfield and Nadal. Everyone thought that he would be the Derby favourite come September, and he broke down. So now we're going to start off with the early futures. Do you see any value?
Well, yes, I do. I do see some value in a couple of horses. That would be Dr. Post and also Tap It to Win. Those are the two I think are the most likely horses to upset Tiz The Law.
Do you think upset is on the cards? Because I've just got this down as the favourite being just pointed, steered, and then off you go.
Well, he's going to be odds on, like you said, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. So I think the other horses will all be above 6 to 1, and Tiz The Law has run twice as a 3-year-old. He's been very impressive. But, it's, again, he's meeting some new horses. He hasn't faced these horses before. And as at a young age of 3, horses do get better over time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're looking at maybe 1 to 4, 1 to 5 on the day, but actually at the moment you can get close to maybe minus 125, minus 120 in places. Now, 5 Dimes review page, if you go to sbrvideo.com/5 Dimes, that's where you're going to get your price. That's where you're going to get your early value. Now, we've got Tiz The Law that we expect to be heavily odds on, but at the moment you can get unbelievable value if you think, like I do, that it's going to win. But Tap It to Win and Dr. Post are both around 8 to 1.
Okay. I think that's, at this time, those are very fair values.
Okay, so do we see that the likes of Governor Morris, Mischievous Alex, they're at their depth?
Yeah, I believe so. I did some good research on those horses, and at best, they can fill the superfecta 3rd or 4th place.
Okay, but if at the moment we're looking at what? Tiz The Law to win? And then where are we going to get second or third?
I'm liking for second or third Dr. Post and Tap It to Win. I'm thinking if you box the 3 in the exacta and the trifecta, you're in a good position. And if one of the longer shots were to win the race, then you get paid.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't think you're going to get too bad odds if you just put all 3 of them in together anyway. Now, how much is this going to be a pointer towards the Derby? Because we're looking at what Tiz The Law is now going to be around 3 to 1, maybe 100 to 30 favourite for the Kentucky Derby. If he goes here and he's impressive, is there going to be a knee-jerk reaction and then the Kentucky Derby odds are going to go down?
I believe so, but again, that race isn't until Labor Day, first weekend in September. It's so far away, and he may run another race before the Kentucky Derby. We're in some uncharted waters here in 2020.
So how do you see the race figuring out? I mean, you expect, Tap It to Win to go to the front?
Yes, absolutely. He looks like to be the main speed of the race. Again, they paid the $15,000 to run. Now, the trainer, Mark Cassidy, said, he's got a hot horse. And he just ran 16 days ago. In this day and age, horses don't come back in grade 1s in 16 days. But he mentioned that when Woody Stevens and Alan Jerkins back in the old days, they had a horse going good, they'd fire right back. Woody Stevens won 5 Belmonts, and I believe he had a horse come back and win off a week. So Mark Cassidy says, hey, if we're doing good, we're going to run. So that is my main front runner. I think he'll do a good job. And also Dr. Post, who's trained by Todd Pletcher. He overcame some adversity in his last race and figures to be, in contention throughout.
Yeah, I just can't get on. I've got my blinkers on. And normally when you put your blinkers on, you burn up and you maybe do a little bit too much. But for me, I'm looking at Tiz being by far superior. If I look down this thing, I'm saying grade 1 horses. Tiz The Law gets 2 free ticks, and I think him and Maxfield would have been just maybe out on their own, maybe 5, 6, 7 lengths clear of the rest of the field. So now that Tiz The Law's not got that, I'm just thinking to myself that there might be an overreaction and there's still value, because if they pull Tiz The Law in, then the prices on the other horses like Mike Maxfield's for the Kentucky Derby, if they get there, and that's the other one, actually getting their horses to the racetrack when it's so far away.
Exactly. It is a long ways, a few months down the road, and a lot of things can happen. And, Churchill's so worried about having 20, they can run 20 horses in the Kentucky Derby, but will we have actual 20 that want to run, on the first Saturday in September?
No, that's the big question, because they have long seasons, interrupted seasons. We're finding more and more horses are picking up injuries. Poor old Bob Baffert, he's picked up, obviously, Nadal, career finished, gone to stud, and Charlatan wins in the Arkansas Derby. Would have been there with Nadal at the top of the market, but now it's like he looks like his season's finished as well.
Yeah, I agree. They said no Kentucky Derby. And boy, those 2 horses are sure splendid down there in Oaklawn that one spring day. But boy, I tell you, this game can be tough sometimes.
Yeah, the big thing for me with the Belmont Stakes is obviously it's the 3rd leg normally. Now being the 1st leg, normally over 12 furlongs, as I'm repeating myself, but now it's only over 9. And I'm thinking, so if you've got a Belmont horse, you've got a horse that's going to stay, travel well, and a proper grade 1 athlete. Now all of a sudden, that there may, I'm trying to push myself that a bigger price horse may be able to upset the apple cart.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can beat Tiz The Law. I'll probably, put him for second and either put Dr. Post on top or tap it to win for first.
But then if that's going to happen, then it's going to be probably jockey error.
That's conceivable. Yep. And Manny Franco, like I said, I don't think he's ever had a Belmont Stakes mount, so he'll have a lot of pressure on him for this race. It's a big day at Belmont. They've got, I believe, 5 or 6 grade ones. no fans in attendance, but it's going to be a big day on the Belmont schedule.
Yeah, 90,000 normally cram into Belmont for this meeting. I mean, we watch it obviously all over Europe. It is the premier day of racing, and again, normally further on down the line. Right, so the early futures, we're going to go for what? Dr. Post, win and place, and tap
Correct.
it to win and place.
Yep.
And then we're going to stick in Tiz The Law. I would just say just win. But you can box the 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not
trifecta and the exacta.
Yeah, we're not going to complicate it. I mean, what are your favourite memories of the Belmont in the past? Because my personal 2 years ago, obviously we trained, my friend bought and trained Gronkowski before he came across to Chad Brown. And then he was injured early on. And then he runs second to the almighty Justify. And Bob Baffert went on record and said, it's probably the best horse I've ever trained.
Yep, he sure was.
Do you have any favorite memories of the Belmont?
I was working at the Seattle Times newspaper back in 2003, and I'd picked Funny Side to win the Kentucky Derby. It was a New York bred, and he won that, and he won the Preakness, and I was down at Emerald Downs, a local racetrack here in Seattle, Washington, hoping for a Triple Crown sweep for Funny Side, and he got beat by the Empire Maker, who for Bobby Franco. Ran him down in the slop there at Belmont in front of about 100,000 fans. So that's, it wasn't, it was kind of bad luck that he got beat, but that's one of the races I always remember for the Belmont Stakes.
Okay, Gary, so we've wrapped it up, really. I mean, the early futures, we're going to go probably for the top 3 in a bet and box them off. The contenders, we don't really see an outsider coming in because, I don't think Governor Morris or Mischievous Alex are going to be good enough. And then we're looking at maybe Chivalry, Farmington Road. And again, I think the only thing that they're going to do is possibly get in the way in the early part of the race. And again, the draw will be next Thursday. And with such a small field and such a vast, from top to bottom, in form grade or the ability of the horses, I don't see there being any problems for the top 3. So, I would jump on them now because, again, I think that a lot of money will come for Tiz The Law after the draw. So get on early, get yourself as close to even money as you possibly can because I expect that to be 1 to 3 and 1 to 4. Remember, the 5 Dimes review page is at sbrvideo.com/5 Dimes. And if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, and give us a thumbs up for Gary, because Gary's going to be with me again next week. Until then, you take care.